Hi, my loves. Story time. So, back in the day, I want to say about 7 to 8 years ago, I used to, when I first started putting my spiritual business on social media, like online, I used to hashtag myself as Bruja Blanca. That was my hashtag. I was the white witch. Period. That's what I know. Now, I'm half Puerto Rican, and so I grew up knowing more about my Hispanic side. So to be called a bruja to me was like, that was a good thing, because that was somebody who practiced magic or had a spiritual practice, walks in their own power kind of thing. But one day, this girl DM'd me on my Instagram and was like, stop calling yourself a witch. We are not witches, and you need to look up the root meaning of the word witch, right? And at first I was like, I felt some type of way. I was like, why is she DMing me? I don't even know this person, like whatever, right? But it did get the ball rolling on me researching it and figuring out like what's the root word of witch and things like that. And then it had me like questioning, what's my lineage, like what do I call myself? Some of us always want a title. To be honest, spirit is not really concerned with our titles, but we want titles. We want to know, right? In this realm. So I started asking my spirits, like, what are we? What are our people? Like, what do we do? Whatever, right? So fast forward, they tell you answers in their own time. But this is like now 7 years to the present, right? So like about a year ago, I had a dream, and my ancestors told me, we are not witches. We have similar gifts as what some witches do. So some people confuse us for witches, and they will label us that, but we are not witches. And so I say that to say this. We have to be mindful on what we label ourselves and what we speak over our own lives, because sometimes the label could be limiting you, right? So just be mindful of those things, and trust your ancestors, trust your lineage, trust your bloodline. It's running through you. So trust that what they have to say is the truth, right? And sometimes they take their time, but we have to trust in that divine timing, that everything will work out in the right time when it's meant to. Because now I am coming into my own, and I'm learning a lot of things about myself. And we hate to hear it when people say, everything you seek is within you. But it's true, because your DNA, your bloodline is in you, and they talk to us, and you just have to activate that and not search outside of ourselves for the answers. And so now I'm coming into my own, and everything that the girl said was accurate, and my ancestors confirmed it with me. But I think that we have to get into the groove of listening and hearing our ancestors and our spiritual core, our spirits, and trusting what they say, because sometimes we don't do that. So just be mindful of that, guys. That was my story time. I was thinking about it the other day, and it just hit me that it all came into like a full circle moment, because now I'm honestly operating in who I am. And my people, we have some root workers in there. We have a bunch of things in there. And that's the other thing. A lot of people have a lot of different bloodlines within them, and that means that you have different cultures, different things. So who said you can't practice them all? There's power in all of them. You just have to honor them and respect them, and tap in and see what you are meant to be operating in this lifetime. And ask your spirits, ask your lineage, where do they want you in this lifetime? I love you guys, and remember that everything we touch prospers. Have a good day.